I've done it. I've solved the case.
Oh, did you? Well, do you have any evidence?
Evidence? You know you need evidence. You can't just say you found something. You need proof. Well, I just know. I know who did it though.
Yeah, you're gonna be needing that evidence.
Okay, I'll just go back.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to my book now. Okay.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's reading lesson. So as you can see, readers are detectives. You guys are constantly looking for something as you read, especially nonfiction books. You're looking for information. One of those pieces of information you're looking for is the main idea. So what exactly is the main idea? The main idea is what the text is mostly about. A complete thought, not just a word. This is something that is in all books, not just nonfiction. There is a main idea in fiction books and nonfiction. So we're gonna be using my book from last week to find the main idea of a page. So first things first, how exactly do you find the main idea? Well, there are some things that you can look for and some detective secrets that only reading detectives know, so pay close attention. First things first, look at text features. We learned about them last week. Look at the heading, look at the photograph, look at bolded words. Those are gonna really help you find the main idea in a nonfiction text. The next thing is the first and last sentence. This is a detective secret. Seriously, it's a secret. Shh. The first and last sentence will always give you a big clue, so pay close attention when I'm reading this passage. The next thing is look carefully at the pictures and the words. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. I guarantee it's gonna help you out. So first things first, let's find our main idea. I picked a very tricky page because there is no heading here. It's not gonna tell us what the page is about. Let's look at our text features first and see what we can get, taking a sneak peek of our nonfiction. So here we go. I'm gonna scoot back, there we go. All right, so I already see 4 things that pop out to me automatically. I see photographs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are photographs of what looks like to be the moon. And they have labels with bolded words. Crescent moon, first quarter moon, gibbous moon, and full moon. So that's already giving me a big clue what this page is about. Let's see, what other text features do you guys see? I see a lot of bolded words down here. Which phase of the moon is your favorite? That gives us a big clue. Okay, next, I'm going to read the passage. Now, as I'm reading, please listen for the first and last sentence. Those are our very important ones. Let's see if you guys can spot the main idea with these clues. The shape of the moon you see changes. These changes are called phases of the moon. The phases change as the moon orbits Earth. Sometimes the moon has the shape of a banana. At other times, it looks like half a circle. There are times when the moon looks almost like a full circle. About once a month, it looks like a bright round ball. Which phase of the moon is your favorite? Okay, so I read the passage. Now I'm gonna reread the first and last sentence. The shape of the moon you see changes. And the last, which phase of the moon is your favorite? Okay, so I finished reading. It's time now to find the main idea of this page. Use our detective skills. After looking at the photographs of the changing moon, and after looking at it's describing each one of these changes, and it talks about what different phases of the moon are and what these changes are we see in the sky, I think the main idea is phases of the moon. Remember, when you're building your main idea, you can't just say phases of the moon. That's not a complete idea. You need a complete sentence. So to do that, we can use our sentence stem right over here. The main idea of the text is phases of the moon. Beautiful. We are on our way to building our case. Like any detective case, we can't just say we found it. We need proof. We need evidence. Especially if it's a book, we need text evidence. Remember, text are just the words we see. So we need this, what we just read, to prove our point. So in order to find text evidence, you want to look for the how, what, where, and why. So first things first, what are the phases of the moon? Let's see if it tells us. The shape of the moon you see changes. The phases change as the moon orbits the Earth. I'm gonna remember that for when I'm building my case. What are they? Well, thanks to my bolded words here, crescent moon, that's one phase. First quarter moon, that's another phase. Gibbous moon, third phase. And full moon, another phase. So these are the different phases of the moon. Next, where. Now, the first time I read, I didn't really see where exactly it was. But right over here, our text feature tells us a lot. The moon is Earth's closest neighbor in space. So where's the moon? It's in space. We took that text evidence and we're going to put it into our case to prove that that's our main idea. So we looked for the clues in the passage. Now it's time to build the case. So we already said the main idea of the text is phases of the moon. Next, we need to present our evidence. So when you're reading a book and you're asked to find evidence for the main idea, you want at least 2 or 3 pieces to prove your point, why you think that is. So in order to do that, we also have some sentence starters here. So I'm going to choose one and go ahead and pull some evidence and put it in. So the main idea of the text is phases of the moon. According to the text, the phases change as the moon orbits the Earth. That's a sentence all about the phases of the moon, so that proves. Next, I'm going to see the author wrote, about once a month it looks like a bright round ball, the full moon. Just like that, we've built our evidence, so let's build our case here. Okay, first things first, we're going to use our sentence starters. The main idea is the phases of the moon. According to the text, I pulled from here, the phases change as the moon orbits the Earth. That's the text evidence that we found. Then I pulled another sentence starter. The author wrote that once a month it looks like a ball. And just like that, we've closed the case. We've presented our evidence to support our main idea. So it's up to you guys next. Okay, so here is your challenge, detectives. On Seesaw, there is a brand new article about something that is nonfiction. Your job is to find the main idea and at least point out 2 or 3 pieces of text evidence to prove your point. To really tell me, no, Miss Garcia, this really is the main idea. All right, reading detectives, can't wait to see what y'all do. Bye, y'all.